What happens when the oil-rich desert kingdom of Saudi Arabia forges a strategic partnership with the world's second-largest economy, China? And how does this partnership stand up under the pressures of escalating Middle Eastern conflicts? Welcome to our deep dive into the China-Saudi Arabian partnership. In an ever-changing global landscape, Saudi Arabia, under the visionary leadership of Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, is actively seeking to diversify its economy away from oil. This is where China steps in, offering a wealth of opportunities in infrastructure and green energy. The cornerstone of this collaboration is China's ambitious Belt and Road Initiative, which has seen heavy investments flowing into the Saudi kingdom. This partnership has been hailed as a comprehensive strategic partnership, a relationship that transcends mere economics and one that could potentially shape the geopolitical landscape of not just the Middle East, but the world. Yet, as with any global partnership, strains and stresses are inevitable. The recent Middle East tensions have put this partnership under a magnifying glass. The recent conflicts in the Middle East, especially the Israel-Hamas conflict, have sent ripples across the globe, affecting even distant relationships like that of China and Saudi Arabia. The rising tensions have raised the eyebrows of investors worldwide who are closely watching the unfolding events and gauging their potential impact on international relations and business ventures. China, with its significant investments in Saudi Arabia through its Belt and Road Initiative, is one such concerned party. The Middle Kingdom has been vocal about its deep concern regarding the escalation of the conflict and the rising civilian casualties. However, its response has been viewed by some as neutral, drawing criticism from observers who question China's commitment to the Palestinian cause, a cause it has historically been associated with. This perceived neutrality places China in a precarious position as it competes with the United States for influence in the volatile region. On the other hand, Saudi Arabia, under Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman's vision, is in the midst of a delicate balancing act. The kingdom, which initially adopted a more tolerant stance towards Israel, may pivot towards a more critical position if the conflict continues to escalate. This potential shift could place additional strain on the already tense Saudi-Chinese relationship. China, in response to these complexities, is likely to side with Arab countries in condemning Israel while simultaneously calling for de-escalation. Their intent is clear: prevent Iran from being drawn into the conflict. This stance, while diplomatically cautious, is also a strategic one. By positioning itself as a counterweight to US leadership in the region, China is trying to leverage the Israel-Hamas conflict to its advantage in the broader competition between the two superpowers. So, as the conflict escalates, it seems that the partnership between China and Saudi Arabia is being tested, with both nations navigating a complex and shifting geopolitical landscape. In the midst of all this, there remains a significant player whose influence cannot be overlooked: the United States. The US has, for decades, been the primary guarantor of Saudi Arabia's security, a relationship that the kingdom is unlikely to cast aside, despite its growing ties with China. The United States' role in the Middle East is multifaceted and at times controversial. Its support for Israel, for instance, has long been a point of contention. Yet it also provides a counterbalance in the region, particularly to Iran, and this balancing act is something that Saudi Arabia greatly values. On the other hand, China, with its burgeoning economic might and strategic initiatives like the Belt and Road, is positioning itself as an alternative to US leadership in the region. It's a delicate dance as China seeks to grow its influence without upsetting the existing balance of power. China, in its pursuit of a comprehensive strategic partnership with Saudi Arabia, is offering opportunities in infrastructure and green energy, aligning with Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman's vision of diversifying the kingdom's economy away from oil. However, China's commitment to the Palestinian cause has been questioned, and its neutral stance on the Israel-Hamas conflict has drawn criticism. adding another layer of complexity to this evolving relationship. In the broader competition between China and the US, the Middle East has become another arena. China is using the ongoing conflict to showcase itself as an alternative counterweight to the US, emphasizing shared interests with Saudi Arabia in mitigating destabilizing forces in the region. In conclusion, the partnership between China and Saudi Arabia, while promising, faces significant pressure from ongoing conflicts and the ever-present influence of the United States. Only time will tell how this relationship evolves amidst the shifting sands of the Middle East.